Hi everyone, welcome to Shelf Control. I'm Norm, and today I'm going to talk about Kickstarters that I am still waiting for. I have seven plus a little bonus one at the end. I think we'll just get right into it. I think we'll start with the one that I'm waiting the longest for and work my way up. So the one that I'm waiting the longest for is Freedom 5, a Sentinel Comics game. This is a game that is based off of the old Defenders of the Realm game. It's a pandemic type game where the threats on the board keep spreading out and out, and you're trying to contain them before they overrun you. But it has a fantasy setting instead of the in germ infestation setting, and that was one that our son, who doesn't play board games very often, he enjoys that one, and they announced a Kickstarter for this Sentinel Comics version called Freedom 5 that takes place in the Sentinel Comics. If you've seen our review on the Sentinels of the Multiverse game, that game didn't go over well with us. We ended up getting rid of that game, but the superhero setting is one that I'm super keen on, and so I've been trying to find that game that feels like a superhero game, and uh, this one could be it. The fact that it's got that Defenders of the Realm thing that my two boys enjoy made it tempting to try out, and so we actually went in. We went in with the gameplay all in, with the figures pre-painted. So the cost for adding the painting was high, but it wasn't near as high as we had gotten our Gloomhaven painted, and so hopefully the painting from the factory is decent. But it seemed with the superheroes, it'd be nice to have the bright painted figures on the board. So fingers crossed, those look good. So how long have I been waiting for this one? Well, the original delivery date estimate was November of 2021. So we're already 3+ years out on that delivery. Not quite, probably about three. So, but I think this was a case of excitement and uh, power creep's not the right word, but there was a lot of stretch goals being added, new things being added to the game, all these expansions and stuff like that. And I think that the scope of the project ended up being way bigger than they ever intended it to be, and they ended up having to make some changes in staff. I don't know if they brought in another company or if they brought in people from another company who took it over. And even though I've been waiting for three years, I'm not worried about this one showing up, because they've been giving out regular updates with pictures from the factories and things like that. And so uh, while there are a lot of upset people with this campaign because it's taken them so long, I'm thankful that they're not a campaign where people have asked for more money to ship them out, or cut the scope back and said that they're not delivering everything that they promised. So far, everything is going just like they said it would. It's just been going really slow. And so the latest update is August of 2024. sooner or later, depending on things get. Probably gonna trend later. I think it's safer to think later than sooner. But it is supposed to arrive this year, and so looking forward to that. 3 years later than it was intended. The next one is Aridia, The Paths We Dare Tread. This is a fantasy campaign game from the same guy who put together Zaya Legends of the Drift system. And I've enjoyed our plays of the Legends of the Drift system. We will do a review for that sometime on our channel as we're playing through our collection. When you're playing Zaya Legends of the Drift, you're kind of like building this story. You know, you never know what's going to happen. You can take a shortcut through this asteroid belt. You roll a die, you could blow up, and then you're just out of luck. So it's not really a strategy game where, you know, the best player is gonna win, and you got to accept that going in. You're basically going to be creating a story as you're going through. Aridia, The Paths We Dare Tread, has a campaign going through it. So instead of the gameplay itself creating the story, they've got a story as well that you're going through, and you're going from map to map. And it's got an interesting system where you have your map out, and you're going to be getting tiles that overlay. You'll put face down, it'll be show like the roof of a house, but then when you go into the house, you'll flip that over and then read a little bit, and it'll have the layout of the house inside. And so you're doing this exploring that way. We're still playing through Frosthaven at the moment, but this was originally supposed to be coming out December 2022, but their latest update said fall of 2024. So again, it's coming later this year. So hopefully by the time we finish with Frosthaven, then this one will come out and we'll be ready for another campaign game to go through. This one had some delays. I know that his family had some medical issues that they had to focus attention on, and I don't fault them for that. Health always comes first. And also they did some intensive play testing, changing things, a lot of people proofreading the cards, proofreading the books, and all of that. And so it took a little bit longer for them to get the printer files out to the printer. So it looks like maybe 2 years late on that one, but it looks like everything's going to be delivered on that. The next one technically is not late, because it had a delivery date of June 2024, and we just started May. So they're not late yet, but according to their updates, they are going to be a little bit late, and that is for Andromeda's Edge. If you've seen our previous video, I did one talking about how Andromeda's Edge got me back into the crowdfunding after a period of time of not. And so we went with the all-in on that. The gameplay all-in seemed like a really good value. It's a takeoff on their game Dwellings of Eldervale. To me, it seemed a little bit like Gaia Project from Terra Mystica, and taking the mechanisms of that game and adding it a little bit more and tweaking a little bit. And so Dwellings of Eldervale was one that I've been interested in trying, but never picked up. I didn't do the Kickstarter because I wasn't sure if I'd enjoy the game or not, and I kind of gotten away from just kickstarting things that I don't know about. But since Dwellings of Eldervale has such favorable reviews, and this one was coming out, I went ahead and backed it. And they say it's coming out September of this year. So looks like we're getting a lot of games coming out right at the end of this year if everything works out all right. After that, we've got the Obsession Characters expansion. We have the game Obsession and all of its current expansions, and the creator has made another expansion and put it out on Kickstarter, and so we backed it because we enjoy the game and we like what he's done, and he's like the perfect model of a self-publisher. He's always there to answer questions. Uh, there was an issue with some of the bags in the original game fraying on the inside, so he actually came out with a pack that added a couple new things, but then had a whole lot of fixes, brand new bags in there and things like that. And he had that priced at pretty much cost. I think it was $5 for this box to basically fix everything that he found was disappointing in the game. And that was such a nice thing for him to do. It didn't bother me at all to back this Kickstarter. It has a delivery date of 2024. Whether or not it hits that date or not, this one had a much shorter turnaround time. I don't remember when the Kickstarter went up, but it's just a small expansion, so there's a good chance it might actually hit that date. Next is Teotihuacan, City of the Gods. They came out with a deluxe version that has everything all together and a big box to hold it all. And this is another game that I've really been interested in trying, and whenever they collect everything together in a big box edition, it's kind of hard for me to resist. We backed that one, and it has a delivery date of October 2024. It might be on schedule for that. The only disappointing thing is it was supposed to have this custom insert, and they didn't go with like a game trays or someone like that to do the insert. And so this insert that was supposed to help with setup, it basically ends up just being a couple trays, and it doesn't look like it's an insert that's actually going to help with setup and gameplay. A lot of people are disappointed because we've gotten used to the game trays system that do such a great job with the inserts, where each player can get handed their own little bits, and instead of having everything dumped into one pocket in an insert. So we're gonna have to see how this insert is when it delivers, but a lot of people are upset that this deluxe version doesn't have a deluxe insert. But if the gameplay is good and the pieces work good, I can always chuck the insert and come up with my own bag system to put stuff out just like before, and I'm sure people will come out with 3D printed inserts and stuff for this. Then following that is the Witcher Path of Destiny. That's the game follow-up put out by the people who did Witcher the Old World, and it's a totally different system, but instead of being in the old world, it actually takes place in The Witcher with Geralt and Yennefer and all of them as characters in it, and it takes the stories from the books and has like a little narrative play where you're matching symbols and you're trying to divert the story towards certain goals for you. Don't know exactly how good this game is going to be, but their basic deluxe version, the price didn't seem excessive, and shipping was not excessive, and so we went ahead and tried that. They made the expansions and the old world base game available. We have the old world base game, the expansions that are supposed to be coming out that add more encounters and make some monster specific attacks. Those are coming out later. They made them available for in this one as add-ons, but the prices seemed a little bit high on that. They were MSRP, and so I think we just got the base game for the Path of Destiny, and we'll wait on the expansions for the old world. But we'll see how Path of Destiny does when it arrives. It's supposed to be coming December of 2024. This one has some minis and stuff in it, so it might get pushed out later if they have problems with the moldings and things with that. And then the most recent one is Ready Set Bet, the deluxe version. I backed that one. Lisa's family is from Kentucky. There's a lot of people from her family still in Kentucky, and they celebrate the Derby every year and have get-togethers. And her family here will get together and watch races on TV. So Ready Set Bet seemed like it was a perfect game to play with them, with the real time and the betting. And so we went ahead and backed that. Unfortunately, it's not set to deliver until March of 2025. So we'll have to wait until then to see how well it fits with the family. But I think it's going to fit. And so that's the 7 Kickstarters that I'm waiting for. I did talk about a plus one. It's one I haven't backed yet, but I'm real close. I haven't quite pulled the trigger on it, and that's the Canvas big box. The Canvas is a game that I've been interested in. I haven't tried it. We don't own it, and it's come out with 2 expansions since, and they're doing a Kickstarter that's going to have a box that will contain everything, and it has drawers that you pull out and set on the board where everything goes. So it does help with the setup and play of the game, and that's a game that I'm really interested in. It's a somewhat lighter game, but it has a theme, and I think it can be good for introducing a lot of new people to the game, because it's not that difficult, and people might just like building the pictures, and whether they win or lose, if they make a nice painting, that might be a draw for them. And so there's a good chance that we're going to get that. The getting Canvas, the big box with everything else, including the stretch goals and a booster pack and easels that they're adding for the Kickstarter. And it comes out to about the same price. I priced online if I wanted to get the deluxe versions of these games, not on sale, but at retail online shops. The pledge for the big box and everything is about the same price as if you bought the base game and the 2 expansions deluxeified. And so this seems like not a terrible way of getting the game and the expansions, because you also get the big box. A lot of times, if you don't get the big box at the right time, you go online to order it. Yeah, the box might be $30 some, but the cost to ship a big empty box is still pretty expensive, and that makes a lot of the big box a little bit too pricey for me to pay. This seems like a great way to do it. Their shipping to the US for the Kickstarter is $4, so they must be supplementing the shipping. Some of that shipping would be in the price of the game itself, but the fact that it seems like a good deal, and the additional shipping is going to be $4 on top of that, seems like this is a great way to get Canvas. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Is that a game that we should pick up, and you think the deluxe versions are worth getting, or because you can get the non-deluxe versions for cheaper than you could get these, but if the deluxe is worth it and the big box is worth it, then this seems like the way to go. And so that delivery date is March of 2025 as well, so it would be coming about the same time as Ready Set Bet, if everything goes smoothly. So that's it. That's the 7 Kickstarter games I'm waiting for, plus 1. What are your thoughts? Are you waiting for some of these? What about these ones that are long ways out? Freedom 5, November 2021 was the original date. Are you upset, or are you like me and just sitting back and playing the games that you got until that shows up? Because it doesn't seem like it's having any of the problems like the other games that have asked for more money or just haven't delivered. And luckily, I have never backed any of those games that ended up asking for more money or never delivered. What has your experience been? Have you had good luck with kickstarting, crowdfunding like I have, or have you been burned a few times? The only time I've been burned, if you've seen my second video of another game that you won't see on the channel, I got burned by Myth, but that was more burned because I shouldn't have spent the money on it. I got the game, I just didn't like it. So I've been pretty lucky on that. So anyways, there's my list of 7+1 Kickstarters that I'm waiting for, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.